everyone, this is Nancy with Stamping BAE, and I wanted to show you how to make this adorable little pencil holder. Made this a while ago and I'm just getting around to doing a video, and yeah, I thought it would be fun to show you. It's really relatively simple, just a couple layering of glue dimensionals on here, of course my favorite. And yeah, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna make one very similar to this, except different pencils. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing you need is your decorated paper. Now I'm going to do it again with this paper that is in our occasions catalog, and you're going to want to do it 12 inches by 1 3/4. Get that lined up. Okay, and then we're going to take our scoreboard out. We are going to move this over here so you guys can see. We are going to score at 3/8. You got to go a little gentle because since this is designer series paper, you don't want to push too hard, otherwise you'll break through the paper. So we got 3/8, and then we're going to want to do another score line at 1 3/8. And since this is the pattern paper, I kind of got to be careful on how we want this to show up on the front side of the pencil holder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it this way, because the shorter side is going to be in the front and the longer piece is going to be in the back. So on this side, we're going to score at 6 1/4. And the other one is 6 3/4, so we got a 1/2 inch in between. All right. Okay, now we can set our scoreboard aside. Okay, let me get that straightened out. All right, so now that we have this all scored, we are just going to go ahead and burnish this right away. And since I'm doing the hearts on the outside, I'm going to fold that in. You want to make sure you burnish it pretty good. And then we're also going to do our score lines in the middle. Right there. And here. Okay. So now this is going to be the front side of our box, with our hearts showing up words. Otherwise they'd be upside down like that. So that's why it's important when you're scoring that you have your design facing to the right side. All right. So let me get the glue. I am actually going to do glue this time because on this particular box, I did use the tear and tape. However, it lined up really nice over here, but for some reason I thought I needed to have it all the way down to the edge. So my box is a little crooked on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. And this is a little bit more forgiving before it gives you a really strong hold. So let me find my paper snaps. I'm going to get this box made real quick. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to cut straight across on these little lines right there, and straight across over here. All right. So now we're going to fold those in, and where we're going to place glue is actually going to be on the inside of the front of the box. Okay, so the shorter side is where we're going to put our glue on these tabs. It's kind of hard with this pattern paper to see. All right. And this is the reason why I like this, is because it gives a little bit of time before it dries up. It gives you a little wiggle room. Okay, and here we go. We're going to want to fold those little tabs in and then just fold it up like that. You want to make sure that it's even on the bottom. All right, and there we go. So there's our box. And now we get to do the elements for the front of the box. So we'll set that aside. Now the stamp set that I'm using today is this adorable stamp set. I can't get enough of it. The little animals are so cute, and I love to color in, especially with our blends. So this particular one, I've actually already stamped our little Hey Valentine. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to do my die cutting beforehand, so I didn't have to have you guys wait while I did the die cutting. So I stamped the greeting Hey Valentine on here, and I used our new rectangles. I used the really skinny one right here, and that can be found on page 28 of the catalog, our rectangle stitch framelit dies, and it also can be sold as a bundle with this cute stamp set, The Amazing Life. You can either order them separately, or if you like both of them, you can save 10% and order under this particular code right here. All right. So again, we use the skinny one to die cut out the Valentine. And next, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some of the other things that I die cut. The other die cuts that I used are from this heart bundle. I love all the different various hearts, and some of them, like on this particular one, just did a die cut. So what I did is I used this small decorative edged one for these 3 hearts right here. And then for this particular heart, I used the next one up, and it just does the little perforations all the way around the heart. But I wanted to use this one for 2 reasons, because obviously it fits on my project very well versus this one, because I wanted to use the little birdie. And 2, we're going to cut this out by hand. It's really easy. So if you find that you have a heart that you want to use, just go ahead and cut all the way around the edge. So that's what we used on that. And that actually is part of a bundle on page 6, and it's called the Be Mine Stitch Framelets. Again, it's sold with this stamp set, but if you just want to buy the stamp set alone or the die cuts alone, you can do that. Otherwise, you can purchase it under this particular code for that 10% discount. It's way better of a deal. And then, of course, the stamp set that we're using is called Hey Love, and that's on page 8 of the Occasions catalog. All right, let me let you know where I got these papers right here. I'm actually going to use the other side. This is from the Occasions catalog as well. This is the yellow, or the Daffodil Delight, from the Occasions catalog. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. The Occasions catalog, the Gingham Gala, and that's the 2-sided paper. And then we did the, oh goodness, I forgot the name offhand. Oh goodness, it's in our annual catalog. And let me, hold on one second. It is at the back of the book where all the beautiful papers are. Let's see here. It is part of the 6x6 Designer Series paper. And that is where I got these 2 pages or 2 papers from to cut those other 2 hearts out. All right. Okay, so we got that aside. We've already got those die cut for us to save some time, as well as this heart. Now, before I cut that out, I'm actually going to stamp my little guy, the little bird, which I think is so adorable. And this stamp set is the cling mount, which has the sticky side on the front, but I'm being kind of lazy, and I'm still doing it the old way where I haven't put the stickies on, and I've just left the backs clear like that. So if you're one of those people like me that are lazy and hasn't put that on there, that's okay. It still works. All right, so here is our heart. I'm going to get the black Memento ink up our little birdie. Okay, and I'm going to kind of set him right in the middle of the heart. Now I am doing it off to the side, which is perfectly fine. That's what I want. Set that aside for now. All right, now what I'm actually going to do while this ink dries, I'm going to cut it out. And all I'm going to do is just follow the line. And there we go. Voila, there's our heart. So now I only use two colors, or well, actually 3 colors on here. I used the Stampin' Blends color, the light daffodil. I think I used that light daffodil. We'll have to double check, but the dark daffodil, and I think we use the real, the light real red. Okay, so now the next thing is we're going to punch out our circle. Okay, so I found the correct piece. Lovely lipstick, 2 1/4 inch circle punch. Okay, now I think we're ready to assemble. We're going to need dimensions and our adhesive. Okay, so here we go. All right, that one's still drying on the side. Okay, so we just want to put a little bit of adhesive or use your glue. And we're going to put him off on the side like this. Okay, then I'm going to take our hearts, and I'm actually going to just put a little bit of glue on this one, or actually not glue, Tombow. Or goodness sakes. Oh, I'm having a day. Not Tombow. It's our snail adhesive. Okay, now I'm going to pop these 2 up on dimensionals. I'm going to pop this one. I'm just going to put it towards the bottom. And this one as well, over here. I got such short nails, so we're going to pop that right over there. And this one right on top. Oh, 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 oh. Well, I guess I put that up too high, but that's okay. All right, so there we have our little birdie. Next, I want to put this little bit of adhesive on here. We're just going to slide this in right in here, like so. And we are going to color in our little sparkly gems with our daffodil. Now I'm going to use the dark one to go over this because I want to have yellow, and I want the yellow to show up. And we're going to do 3 of them. So now here I'm using the paintbrush end, or the brush end. Okay. And I'm a person that likes to use these, or take your pick tool. And, oh, of course, it's going to fall over on me. We're going to put one right here. If I can get it to flip over. There we go. One yellow one there. And then we'll put one down on the, boy, these aren't sticking very well. Wow. I think I need some new ones. Okay, we're going to put one down here as well. Okay, and our last one we will put over here. Okay, perfect. Yay, look at that. Didn't that turn out cute? I love it. It's so cute. Okay, so next, what I'm going to do is we're going to put the ribbon on next. I don't really measure per se. I just take and unwrap it from the roll. And this is where the fun part comes. I'm just going to take and just guess how much I think I need. I'm going to go about right there. And I guess I could measure this out. It's about 16 inches of ribbon. And here comes the fun part, because I'm not a very good bow maker. So we'll see how this turns out. Okay. Take this one here. Whoop. And it helps that this ribbon is bigger too. So we'll see if that, oh, it looks like it's upside down. Okay, you know what? So then what we're going to do, guess what? We're going to turn it upside down, because if it's going to turn out upside down, then we're going to do the project upside down. Okay. Good enough. Just got to make it look pretty now. Funny how that works. I think I'm going to tie it the correct way, and then it ends up being upside down. Okay, now I just got to fuss with it to make sure I get the ribbon the way I like it. I think that works for me. All right, now we're just going to cut the ends to make them look pretty. And this one. All right. Okay, now the last thing that we need to do, well, actually, close to the last. So I'm just going to pop some dimensionals right on the box right here. All right, now we're just going to pop this little guy up here. Move up that ribbon for now. And voila. I can move that up a little bit so you can see that pretty bow. All right, now what I did to get the pencils to stay in there is I just used some glue dots. Easy peasy. So we'll take one. If I can get the glue dot on there. There we go. We'll just slide it in there. That just helps it stay in place and they're not rolling all over or falling out. There's two. And for our last one, right there. Ta-da! So there was that one, and here is this one. I think they turned out absolutely adorable. I hope you like them as much as I did. Cute little teacher gifts, or even for teachers to give out to their students. You can mass produce these pretty quickly by doing your punches and all that kind of stuff beforehand, and just do assembly line. I think it works out great.